Welcome to Red Eye Reactions. Today I'm joined by my buddy Connor. We'll be reacting to a couple short story horror films by Llama Arts. I've heard they're a pretty creepy channel. I've seen a couple other creators I've watched react to their stuff, so
Yeah,
they're pretty big.
I'm into some creepy shit, so we'll see what's going on here, man. So
If you do enjoy this content, be sure to like and subscribe.
leave a like and subscribe, you
We'll catch you in the
fuckers.
video. So the first video we're reacting to is a morning jog story. So let's see. Let's watch.
Morning jog, and
The story is told from a perspective of a woman.
Before heading to my local
okay.
community college for classes, I like to wake up at around 5 in the morning. It's clear my head and definitely helps wake me up so I can focus in class. When I first started, but over time I grew accustomed to it, and it's now a highlight of my day. However, as time went on, I found myself becoming quite uncomfortable. Not in a physical sense, but more so it was like my fight or flight instincts began kicking in seemingly at random. I'd whip my head around, looking at me through the wooded park in which I ran, but couldn't
I wouldn't
see
be running at
anybody.
nighttime.
I don't
It
know
didn't
why you're
help
even out
that it
on
was
that.
dark
I wouldn't
either.
be,
So
especially
even
by
if there
myself.
was somebody creeping in the dark, there was no way I could tell. As an extra precaution, I started carrying around some pepper spray in order to fend off any would-be attackers. But as time went on and that eerie sensation occurred more and more, I just couldn't bring myself to run anymore. A friend of mine, Daniel, a self-proclaimed runner himself, told me that I shouldn't worry about it. He said that the mind plays tricks on oneself when it can't see things clearly, especially in the dark. After
That's
being
true.
reassured by him, I decided to give jogging another go. So, today, like any other day, I slapped on some black leggings, tied my hair up in a ponytail, put on my kicks, and set my music volume to full blast and headed out the door.
Who the fuck calls shoes kicks?
Not me.
Not me.
I felt fantastic at first and was loving the cool breeze and crisp morning air. But then, about halfway into my jog, a tall
Fuck
and
is that guy?
hooded figure stepped out onto the path
Yep.
in front
Pepper
of me.
spray.
Immediate
Quickly, I
reaction.
pulled
Great
out my pepper
response
spray
time.
and yelled at the person to leave me alone. The person quickly pulled down their hood, revealing
Daniel.
themselves to be Daniel. I sighed with relief as he approached and laughed at how funny it was that we ran the same path. I expressed to him that I felt safer knowing he was around. Daniel, however, stepped a little too close and gave a crooked smile. He said that of course I was safe with him, as apparently I had been safe with him for weeks.
I don't trust Daniel.
The
He's a fucking creep.
realization of what he meant quickly dawned on me as his hands began to creep their way around my waist. I screamed at him to let me go and prepared to spray him, but he slapped it out of my hand and proceeded to grab my throat. With strained screams, I begged him to let me go and for someone to help me. He yelled at me and tightened his grip, asking why I wasn't thankful for his watchful eyes for the past several weeks. I was stunned at the complete personality change from the once gentle friend I
Daniel,
knew.
you ain't shit, dude.
Pretty soon, I started to black out and grow weak. But just before passing out, I could hear the sounds of dogs barking and an older man screaming for Daniel to let me go.
Dirt.
In a panic, he released me and ran back into the woods. I gasped for air before I began sobbing as the man escorted me out of the park and brought me straight to the police station. And despite my fears and reservations, I told them everything I knew about Daniel, or what I thought I knew, and what he had done to me. They immediately sent a patrol car out and told me that everything would be okay. The next day, I heard Daniel never showed up to class. He had been arrested several hours later after I left the police station and confessed to everything with a disgusting amount of self-righteousness. He was recorded as saying, "She needed me. Only I can protect her. Who knows what could have been hiding in those woods?" It took me a while to feel comfortable going back to school, and even then, my trust in people was never the same again. I guess even the ones you were close to can snap, just like that, at any time.
That was pretty good.
That's pretty solid. I'm not gonna lie.
So the second video we'll be doing, as it says on the screen, is called A Close Call. first one we watched was actually really good, so I'm hoping this one would be just as good. Get into the video.
Not better.
I had just reluctantly returned home from an extended vacation trip to Japan. After experiencing delicious food beyond compare, a beautiful country, and spending time with amazing people. Needless to say, I was a bit depressed about coming home. On my first day back home, I went straight to my bedroom and passed out before doing anything else. Rather, I didn't have the energy to do anything else. It was probably for that reason that I failed to notice subtle hints that my home was not as lonely without me as I believed. I got out of bed and made my way into the hallway that was connected to both the living room and kitchen. Cautiously, I crept my way through the darkness, my tired state as I trudged forward. I, however, made the fatal mistakes in the hallway, alerting whoever or whatever was lurking in the shadows of the next room.
Oh no.
I paused, as did the entity in the next room, before a whoosh of air was heard as they retreated into whatever crevice they had come out of. Taking a nervous gulp of air, I walked into the living room and turned on the nearby lamp that dimly lit up the room. Looking around, I spotted not a soul, but rather some of my furniture was disturbed. What's more, a couple of my kitchen cabinets were slightly ajar. Bewildered, but with my guard up, I went over and closed them all before readjusting my furniture, by which point I had relaxed. I chalked up the odd noises and movements to my jet-lagged brain and shrugged, deciding to just head back to bed. I wish the story ended there, but I was not so lucky. Before entering the hallway to my room, I saw that the large metal covering to the air vent above the couch was missing. Peering up at it, I mumbled, "What the?" before a crooked face filled with abject disdain for my existence popped into view. Startled, I fell to the ground and began crawling away as I heard the man begin screeching incoherently as he dropped down onto the couch. I watched in horror as his joints cracked beneath his raggedy hoodie and heavily stained jeans. He stared at me, silent now, before brandishing a knife out of his back pocket and pointed it towards me.
My house now! Mine! Mine! You left it! It's mine!
He shouted with a slurred voice as he charged towards me. I hurriedly crawled towards my room and slammed the door behind me and locked it as he started jabbing his blade into the door, yelling at me to die.
I don't care.
Shakily, I called the police and sobbed as I told them what was happening. Thankfully, I was told a patrol car was nearby my neighborhood and they would be at my house in minutes. I stayed on the phone and picked up a baseball bat just in case.
Now, you heard something out in your house the first time you went out there. You didn't bring no damn weapon with you? You telling me you had a baseball bat in your bedroom and you didn't bring that shit with you? No. You're full of shit.
Yeah.
You're a dumbass.
In case that deranged cretin broke down my door. A few horrendous minutes later, the police arrived, and after a quick but violent struggle, they managed to subdue the intruder. After locking him in the back seat of the patrol car, the cops investigated my house and found that the man apparently had been living there while I was gone. But not just that. Apparently, he'd been staying at my house without me noticing for a few months. According to the police, they found paper stuffed under the couch that was filled with nothing but incoherent.
Dude,
I got goosebumps, bro. That's fucking weird. The feeling
of somebody else living in your house for months
with
and you not knowing.
With you?
Dude.
That's no.
Like, you're fucking every day up and around that damn house, and you don't know there's somebody else in your house. That feeling is awful.
Yes, yes.
Somebody just watching you sleep.
Jesus Christ, I can't imagine that.
Ramblings about how he planned to kill me one day when the time was right. With the dates next to each entry predating my trip to Japan by an uncomfortable amount of time. Frankly, I'm happy to be alive and relieved that the situation was resolved so quickly. But still, I make sure to triple check the locks in my home after that little incident.
I would have bought a gun after that day too.
That was probably the best one.
Yeah, it was pretty good. We just got done watching two, I think, pretty good short story horror films.
They're pretty good. I enjoyed them.
They were pretty creepy. I didn't have goosebumps, but I had like an edgy feeling most of the time. I like the first one a little bit more, scary. Daniel ain't shit. Tell you that right now. He ain't shit. This guy kind
I
of
mean,
reminds
I
me of
liked
Daniel.
them. I don't have much to say about it. I thought the second one was better, not the first one.
Second was alright. I don't like the feeling of fucking knowing somebody was living in my house.
That's why it was good. It's creepy.
I don't like that. And the dumbass didn't bring a fucking bat out with him, but that's on him.
Anyways,
if you guys did like the content, please be sure to like and subscribe. Anything
we'll
else to add?
see. No, see you all in the next one.
See you in the next one.